Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is April 9th, 2021. Two big deaths in the headlines today. DMX has officially passed per the news. Again, it's April 9th, 4-9, and DMX stood for Dark Man X. If you're new here, we talk about Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. Dark Man X equals 49, and he died in White Plains, New York, which equals 94. Today's date can also be written 9/4. Of course, the other death today is Prince Philip, while his wife is 94 years old. And what we're going to do in this video is revisit DMX's supposed overdose last Friday, April 2nd, the news on April 3rd, and the passing today. And then we'll also talk about the death of Prince Philip in relation to his son, Prince Charles, and his wife, Queen Elizabeth, and the parallels to the death of Princess Diana back in the 90s. Back about the same time DMX was getting famous. And who this death would come as no surprise to is DMX himself. Again, one of DMX's first songs early in his career was on Mace's album Harlem World, 24 Hours to Live, which actually came out in 97, 24 years ago. And DMX, if you go back and listen, I can't play the whole thing, they'll take it down for copyright, but, he said, he closes his verse out, he wanted to live forever, but that wasn't fame. And his whole verse up to that is he knows where he's going to hell, he sold his soul. He knows his death's coming. And, in the movie Belly, he has the opening words in the movie Belly, where he says he sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap, and he has those lyrics in his song off his first album. I think it's called Let Me Fly, if I remember right. But, what a day for Dark Man X to go, April 9th, 7 days after the supposed overdose. And, of course, think of Tupac's last album, Machiavelli, which came out right after his death. And the 7-day theory, right? Was it like Don Columinati, the 7-day theory, named after Machiavelli, who again faked his death? And then when Tupac's mother died, the announcement of her death was May 3rd in the news. She reportedly died the day prior, but again, May 3rd is the real Machiavelli's birthday. Anyway, before I get into this, I'm just going to play a couple quick clips. I'm going to play the very closing words of DMX on 24 Hours to Live, so you can hear it yourself. Then we'll look at Belly. Out with a bang, you will remember my name. I wanted to live forever, but this wasn't fame. So again, if that's clear enough, out with a bang, he wanted to live forever, but that wasn't fame. And he also said, you'll remember my name, and a lot of people know DMX's name, of course. And to DMX's credit, most of these rappers from the 90s and more recent years, they always came off as kind of fake studio gangsters. DMX seemed like an authentic person, so I think that's why so many people like DMX. He seemed authentic, and he very well might have been. And I didn't know him, I never met him, so I can't say for sure, but he definitely seemed authentic. And then this is the opening words of the movie Belly, which came out the year after that song.
I sold my soul to the devil. Price was cheap. It was cold on this level.
So again, he sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap. Bob Dylan talked about this with Ed Bradley on 60 Minutes, about selling your soul to become famous. And Ed Bradley, who did that interview, he didn't live much longer after that. Bob Dylan still walks the earth, but we'll see for how much longer. So anyhow, DMX dead today, April 9th, 4-9. And again, DMX stands for Dark Man X, which has Gematria 49. Again, if you're new here, look up the songs Murder by Numbers by The Police, which came out in 83. It's about how killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC, 1, 2, 3. That's the practice of coding numbers into words. And look up the song Gematria, the killing name. Again, Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. Keep in mind, with regards to 49, the square root of that is 7. He's dead 7 days after the supposed overdose. I was talking about how this entire thing is a Jesuit ritual, how the Jesuits control the world of entertainment. Hip-hop kills so many of their black rappers in what we call Jesus rituals, Tupac and beyond. But remember, the word Jesuit is 42. He had the overdose supposedly on 4-2, and then he dies today April 9th, the day leaving 266 days left in the year. Remember the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator, is 266. And right now we're living in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, who's the 266th Pope, who also spoke in D.C. September 23rd, 2015, the 266th day of the year. From DMX's 50th birthday, December 18th, to his death today is his 113th day of his age, the day they pulled the plug on him. Overdoses 113. If you've read my first book, Letters and Numbers, talk about this pattern with overdoses and 113. And notice that is a fitting cause of death for DMX overdose. Again, if you're new here, there are 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. Let me make this bigger. And the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with the rules numerology. So the alphabetic order in reverse, overdose is 113. You see the 40 and 41 in overdose? Look at the initials DMX. Got the 40 and 41 in it, right? 40 and 41. But a fitting date for a death that's blamed on an overdose, which is very likely a lie. And here, you know what? Just for another teaching moment, let me pull up my old blog and see if this pulls up the post right here. The number 113, it's not the one I wanted, but hold on. The number 113 comes from the Talmud, and it is related to dishonesty and deception. And I think this is the post I want right here. Nope, that's not the one either. Bear with me 1 minute. I know I got it. Okay, so all of these numbers relate to dishonesty. Mainstream, which is completely dishonest. Dishonest, perverted, not true, not honest, not factual, disinfo, politics, perjury, fiction, bullshit, infidelity, divorce. We're going to talk about this with Princess Di in a moment. She died in a huge 113 ritual while going through a divorce. Sinister, erroneous, all of these words have to do with deception, not being true. And I suspect DMX's cause of death is absolutely not true. And why they pulled the plug on him today, you know, part of the lie. By the way, YouTube, which loves to censor truth, was first established on the 113th day of the year. That could be a coincidence, but I doubt it. Tell you about how they deleted my big channel yesterday, the one with 80-some thousand subscribers by the numbers. 21st time the channel's been deleted. But the other thing about DMX is, you know, his death is on the same day as Prince Philip. And, of course, Prince Philip, the husband of Queen Elizabeth. And remember the other year when Prince, another musician, died on the Queen's birthday? April 21st, 2016, he had the song I Would Die For You, and he spelled it with the number 4 and the letter U, and used the 21st letter, so I Would Die 421, which was the date he ended up dying. And again, it just makes you wonder, how much do these people know about their life expectancy when they sign on the dotted line to become famous, to become rich, famous, and well-known, you know? DMX in one of his earliest songs, I wanted to live forever, but this wasn't fame. He wanted the fame more than a long life, is what he's saying, you know, on the song 24 Hours to Live, where he says he knows exactly where he's heading. Okay, so as a reminder, the news of DMX being in a vegetative state came the morning of Saturday, April 3rd, 21. They said he had the overdose the night prior at 11 p.m., so an hour away from April 3rd. And another song that came out in 97, I would imagine if somebody didn't hear DMX on Mace's album, they probably heard it on the song 4321, which was a big song in 97. But that was LL Cool J's song. DMX is on there. And again, LL Cool J paid tribute to DMX on April 3rd, 21. And remember, LL Cool J right now has channel 43 on Sirius XM, April 3rd, 43. The word GOAT equals 43. LL Cool J closes out that song by saying he's the greatest of all time. The reference to GOAT, like how Brady won the Super Bowl this year at 43. But, again, his radio station, LL Cool J's Rock the Bells, channel 43. GOAT reference on the song with DMX. But here's the other thing. LL Cool J's birthday from January 14th to the news, April 3rd, was 79 days later. LL Cool J's 79, so was Vegetable. Everyone reported that DMX was in a vegetative state. Brady did his goat ritual in Tampa Bay. Don't forget the word murder 79 as well. And again, LL Cool J refers to himself as the greatest of all time, the GOAT on that. And then DMX, he joins the church in Belly. Belly's got that Gematria 56 and 79 as well, just like Society of Jesus, big numbers with the Jesuits. Talk more about that with Prince Philip today, who had 59 official visits as prince to his native lands. Again, the Jesuits run the show from the royal family to entertainment. Jesuits run the show all across the world. But again, as a reminder about DMX's surname, Simmons, like Russell Simmons. DMX was born Earl Simmons. Simmons got that same gematria as slavery in all 4 base ciphers. And again, the calculator I was showing you earlier, it's the same one. Simmons, you can see the values, 102, 30, 87, 42, same as slavery. And by the way, if you guys want a calculator that works offline for your smartphones, just come to GematriaEffect.news, click calculator, scroll down the page a little bit, and you can download the calculator. It works offline, so you don't need an internet connection for all smartphone devices. But the point is about DMX, he has that 42 encoded in Simmons, number stamped all over Black History. It was April 2nd that he supposedly had his overdose. And then in that same cipher, Dark Man X is 49, and then he dies a week later on 4/9. But again, we always talk about how they bring 42 and 59 together in rituals with black entertainers. It also happened to him on Good Friday, just before Easter Sunday. Good Friday's got the 59, like Slave, Negro, Rasta, Blues, Jigaboo. Same numbers again and again. Again, clearly a Society of Jesus ritual. That's who runs the world of hip-hop, the Jesuits. On the 93rd day of the year, the day before Easter, you hear about him being a vegetable. God's Son, Crucifix, Nazareth, 93. Again, science says that April 3rd is the date Jesus was crucified. Remember, that's 4-3. Jesus Christ is also 43. The whole calendar and the language come from the Catholic Church, which is all synced up with the life of Jesus. But the date, of course, can be written 3-4 as well, and Jesus is 34, as is rapper, and he's now died on 4/9/21. DMX, 4 + 9 + 21, 34. Black is 34. Again, the physical description of Jesus in the Bible might lead you to believe that he was black. See how black's 34? In that same cipher, rapper's 34. Again, or not Christ, Jesus is 34. Church has the Gematria 34. 34 is the 9th Fibonacci number. I suppose he's dead on the 9th day of the month, which represents completion in numerology, which I imagine comes from how long it takes, typical human pregnancy. He was married in 99. He's dead on the 99th day of the year. Prince Philip's dead at 99 on the 99th day of the year. So, again, DMX, the news on his 106th day of his age. Dark Man X, Black, 106 and 34 on his 106th day of his age on 3/4. Remember, there was the shooting in Wilmington that day on the 34th parallel. They said 3 dead, 4 injured. We talked about how his first album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, 83, the number related to murder, but also the 23rd prime, and he's dead 23 years after that album came out. Again, he was featured on 4321 and 24 Hours to Live in 97 prior to his own album. So, and it's funny that he did that song, Godfather of Harlem, because, he started out on the Mace album, Harlem World. But we were talking about how that song that he did recently with Rick Ross, how Rick Ross references Skull and Bones, which is related to the Knights Templar, which is related to the Jesuits who have the Templar cross. And then on DMX's verse in that song, he's talking about how they're pirates. And again, the Knights Templar became pirates. So who wrote the lyrics for this song? But again, he goes out in this Catholic-related ritual. Jesuits, Templars serve the Catholic Church. And, Speaking of the Catholic Church, today is 9/4, 9/4, Roman Catholic Church, 94 in the Most Pure Cipher. And his first album did come out on the 132nd day of the year, May 12th, Catholic Church 132, Roman Catholic 132. Getting that Belly movie. See how Roman Catholic's 132 with the alphabetic order? So is Catholic Church. His first album came out on the 132nd day of the year with biblical themes too. It's dark and hell is hot. And then his next album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, he's really drenched in goat blood on that album cover, and then ends up with this goat ritual with LL Cool J by the numbers, the Society of Jesus numbers on it. But if you write out Roman Catholic Church, the Most Pure Cipher, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, it's 94. Today can be written 9/4. Again, Queen Elizabeth's 94. Her husband dies today. Okay. Yeah, so I think those are the main points with DMX. And, yeah, it's just too bad that we live in the kind of world where if you want to, you make it to the big stage, you got to sell your soul and essentially, agree to an expiration date that's no doubt premature. Okay, so as for Prince Philip, again, dead at 99, on the 99th day of the year, on the day leaving 266 days remaining. And again, we're in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, the 266th, where the Jesuit motto is Jesus Hominum Salvator 266. Today also has 54 date numerology, Jesuit orders 54, and it can be written 9/4 like Roman Catholic Church. Remember, when Princess Diana died, the biggest death in the royal family in recent times, that was in Paris, the land of the Jesuits. But notice, he's died 62 days before his birthday. We talk about these numbers all the time with the Queen. So his surname was Mountbatten, which equals 62. He died 62 days before his birthday. Notice how Queen is 62 forward, 73 in reverse. They were married for 73 years. 73 is the 21st prime. He's dead in 2021. Jesuits 21. But Sacrifice has that 73 and 62. And with regards to Queen Elizabeth, her reign began on February 6th, which is written 6/2 in the UK, like 62. And her coronation was June 2nd, another date that can be written 6/2 or 2/6, because Queen is 62 and 26. But again, the Queen's husband dies 62 days from his birthday, and we've always talked about Queen Elizabeth and 62. And of course, Sacrifice is 62 and 73 as well. And there's more. Let me scroll down a ways. He was hospitalized on, here's the mention of them being married for 73 years, but he was hospitalized on February 16th, the 47th day of the year, and from his hospitalization to his death was 52 days later. Remember words like authority or 4752, government 4752, president 4752, special numbers. But he was the Duke of Edinburgh, which is 52 and 47, hospitalized on the 47th day of the year, dead 52 days later. And hospitalized on the 47th day of the year, Elizabeth 47. Time is 47. So many time rituals with that number. And from her last birthday, her 94th birthday, where her husband dies on 9/4, from her birthday to the death is 353 days. That's the 71st prime number. Remember, Royals got that Gematria 71, as does Catholic. And don't forget, our whole language comes from the Catholic Church, and the UK has been under the control of the Church for a very long time. Just like we're under their control. Again, it's their empire that's really spreading all across the world. When they say the sun never sets on Britain, they really mean it never sets on the Holy Roman Empire. But it's just like when they called the election for Biden. Remember, that was 353 days after his birthday, the 71st prime. And what's funny is when I first started this research, I got to go back and dig up some of my older videos because they'd just be funny to go back and watch. I did a video where I was perplexed. I was showing how in movies, the number 353 is in the background. You know, when you go into church and they put up numbers on the board for where you're supposed to turn your Bible. I noticed in a few movies I was watching in my early days that 353 was up there. And I was like, man, Catholics 35, religions 53. I didn't realize at the time that 353 was the 71st prime and Catholic was also 71. But these numbers come together all the time. And the Pope, the face of the Catholic Church, the 266th Pope, like how he's dead on the day, leaving 266 days left in the year. From his birthday to the death is 113 days later. And when I saw that, I said, wow, that's the big number with Princess Diana's death, which happened in Paris, France, where the Jesuits are from. And we'll get to that here in a second. But also Prince Charles, Prince Philip's son, he's 72 right now, like Jesuit order, but from his birthday to the death is 146 days later. Prince of Wales equals 146. That's his title. He's Charles, the Prince of Wales. Keep in mind, Jesus Christ is also 146, and it should remind you of John 14:6. Infamous verse in the Bible about Jesus being the Son of God. Also, Boris Johnson, today, from the death to his upcoming birthday, is 71 days. Of course, he's 56 right now. Remember, he read his 56-page winter plan about what to do about coronavirus. He locked down England on the Jesuit day. Remember the 5th of November, the day leaving 56 days left in the year, which is the same day the Tupac Machiavelli album came out, with him on the cross against Society of Jesus is 56, as is coronavirus, the 56% more infectious UK strain. 56 weeks after the pandemic was declared, they said in the U.S., the UK strain's now the most dominant here. The 56% more infectious strain becomes the most dominant strain 56 weeks after the pandemic's declared. Prince Philip made 56 official visits to Northern Ireland, his homeland. By the way, Northern Ireland, I'm going to have to pay attention to what happens in the Masters right now, because Northern Ireland, let me write it right, is 85 in the most pure cipher. It's the 85th Masters, and him dying at 99, that's a big green jacket number. Whoever wins the Masters gets the green jacket. So, I have to pay attention to what happens in golf today. We know how they connect all these rituals. Jesuits control everything from the Masters to who's getting off to who's the next rigged president or prime minister. Again, the Jesuits run the show. But Royal is 71 days before the Prime Minister's birthday. And just to go down memory lane. Did I not put it up here? I thought I already had it up here. Hold on. This is the post we want. Princess Diana. So, there's a lot of things about her death. She died 132 days after the Queen's birthday. And Princess Diana, in the most simple cipher, is 132. Princess Diana, 132, dead 132 days after the Queen's birthday. She also has that 84 in her name, like Jesuit, and she died in the Jesuit stronghold, Paris, France. Oh, by the way, England also 132 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. And again, it's the nation that's beholden to the Catholic Church, 132. Just like Roman Catholics, 132. Like how DMX's first album came out on the 132nd day of the year. And Catholic alone is 71, like Royal, Again, the language and the calendar, all from the Catholic Church, that's dominated the UK and controlled the UK for a long time, just like it has probably always controlled the US. Seems quite apparent, especially when you look into the history of the capital. But Princess Diana, her birthday was July 1st, 7-1. And from her birthday to her death, August 31st, was her 62nd day of her age. Again, Queen, 62, right? Now, the Queen's husband's dead 62 days before her birthday. So, again, just the same patterns throughout history. And my first book covers Diana's death very thoroughly, the 62 thing. Are you really going to look all these years later and just say, man, all this stuff seems like a coincidence? Dead at 99 on the 99th day of the year. Keep in mind that means the last full day of his life was Thursday, which is named after Jupiter, and Jupiter has the strong 99 connection. And Rambo's also done the work to show how Jupiter also has the strong 71 connection because Jupiter is Zeus. So remember, Jupiter's 99 with the most simple cipher, and Zeus is 71 with the most simple cipher, like Royal and Catholic. So that's what Rambo's been really fixated on lately, talking about Jupiter and the significance of the numbers 99 and 71. Then you get this story today. Prince Philip, dead at 99 on the 99th day of the year. And again, the 71 piece was that he's dead 353 days after the Queen's birthday, the 71st prime. And also 71 days from Boris Johnson's birthday. So... And again, I mean, isn't it just amazing how just the same numbers are used so ritualistically? 56 official visits. And remember, in the most pure cipher, royal family is 56, right? 56. Society of Jesus in the most pure cipher, 56. DMX says he sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap to start Belly, which is 56 in the most simple cipher. Tupac. Again, the Machiavelli album came out November 5th, the day leaving 56 days left in the year. The Society of Jesus, these rituals, all clearly pointing back to them, from DMX to Prince Philip. Again, they are established worldwide. They've been in operation since the 16th century. They're known killers, and they're known to just be about power and control and infiltration. And again, you just see how they use the world to keep people under their thumb. And it's just amazing how people are so infatuated with celebrity and entertainment and the royal family. I mean, I can understand why people like music. The royal family has been something that I've never understood. It's like, why does anyone care about that family? Every last person in that family is ugly as hell. There's nothing interesting about them. Why? I guess people are obsessed just with fame and power too, so they definitely have that, but I mean, is there even any talent in that family? Is anyone talented? Does anyone play an instrument or sing? I mean, they're all ugly as hell. I can't think of anything that's special about the royal family other than they're said to be the royal family. They all live to be in their 90s. But, yeah. Again, I mean, it just the day after day, just the rituals that just smack people in the face. They don't even see it. Baylor wins the championship with 86 points right after Elgin Baylor dies at 86. And then they defend Indiana's perfect season from 45 years earlier on 4-5, where Indiana won with 86 points. If you saw our notes on Patreon before the game, we thought 86 was a very potential winning score. And it ended up being just that, so... Yeah, if you haven't seen Belly, again, you only got to watch the first 17 seconds to hear DMX say it. I'll play it one more time. Here we go.
I sold my soul to the devil. Price was cheap.
He sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap. Opening seconds. I mean, he starts saying that right at the 17-second mark of the song, so... And sadly, we haven't heard from LL Cool J. You know, I was hoping he might be the real GOAT and step up. If you missed my work on the death of Philip Adams, who supposedly killed himself after killing a family of 5 in his hometown, again, I suspect that this entire story is a lie. A big murder in Rock Hill, South Carolina on 4/7, blamed on a former NFL player, in a story that makes no sense. And this happened on his he supposedly killed himself on his 263rd day of his age, which is the 56th prime. Again, just same stuff all across the world. And, of course, the NFL is controlled by the same Jesuit mob. Then they falsely reported his age as 33. If you look it up, he's really 32, but they just got to code the same stuff. There was that. You also have this child singer, Quindon Tarver, dead at 38. And we know what 38 is. Death, murder, killing, R.I.P. They're all 38. And he died on 4/2. Same day DMX supposedly had his overdose. Young black man on 4/2. And they said it was a car crash. Like Princess Diana. He was born on 8/4 and died on 4/2, both Jesuit numbers, 84 and 42. But, again, you just know. I mean, you just know this. We're being lied to. You sign up for this world of celebrity, and I imagine as a child, he was a child singer. His parents probably signed the contract for him, but again, it's just it's so obvious. It's so obvious. And again, I just want to remind people. Let me see if I can pull up this article real quick. Golf, Magic, Gematria, Effect Sports. I just want to remind people if I can pull this up. Yeah, this is it. YouTuber makes video suggesting Tiger Woods' car crash is fake. And then if you read his article, it's about me, obviously. Um, GematriaEffectNews. But he makes the point that I'm crazy. Well, I just want to know if you're out there today, buddy, because I see that you're from the UK, Jack Seddon. Do you really think it's crazy now that they put out Tiger's cause of the crash one day before the Masters began? Because what I wrote about is how it was all a ritual for Masters Week. So they saved the news of what happened with Tiger until the day before the Masters. They saved it for April 7th, the 97th day of the year when Tiger won his first Masters in 97. They said the cause of the crash was that he meant to hit the brakes, but he hit the accelerator and sped up to 83 miles per hour before crashing. That's funny because the last Masters he won was the 83rd, and then they saved the news for 43 days after the crash, and he won his last Masters at age 43. And of course, we had Tiger winning that Masters before it happened, just like last year we had the right Masters winner before the tournament even began. And this year's a little bit trickier, but we got a strong lead, so we'll see what happens this year. But I mean, again, all the people who criticize this work and think it's crazy, they're either too dumb to see the obvious, or they're just liars and trying to throw dirt on the truth. I mean, you got to be a real dumbass now. Like, I'd love to see the follow-up article from Jack about, Tiger traveling 83 miles per hour when he won the 83rd Masters. And again, they saved it for the 97th day of the year, like how he won his first Masters in 97. I mean, these things aren't a coincidence. We had Tiger to win the 2019 Masters because it was 22 years later. The Master Builder number, golf equals 22, Woods equals 22. And if you look at the leaderboard yesterday, almost everybody had a 22 connection. I mean, it's the same stuff year after year. They pay tribute to the master numbers and the Masters because everything's done by the numbers. And I'll pay attention to what goes on today with the 99th day of the year, the death of the man from Northern Ireland, the land of golf, at age 99. Because, again, Green Jacket's 99. That's another number that they'll use in the Masters rituals. I guess real quick, just because I haven't taken phone calls from the public in a minute, I've mostly just been doing phone calls on the... Somebody's texting me right now because he's not watching my live stream. He's like, you hear DMX died? I'm doing a live stream about it right now, man. But mostly just been taking calls on the Wednesday night show, of course. But here, I'll do about 15 minutes of calls. I got a bunch of work to do. I've just been so busy lately, man. A million things to do. Okay. Wow, somebody's already in. Right as I open it. Nice timing, Connecticut. You're on. What's up?
Thanks, man. It's Itachi from the chat, 526. I've been seeing this on Twitter where they are saying that it's family or not, but they're saying it's the vaccine. He took that, and the family's saying no drugs. Have you seen that?
Wait, you're breaking up. You're breaking up your call. You're saying somebody took the vaccine?
Yeah, DMX. I saw a post that it looks like a news article. I asked for the link, but the family says no drugs. It's the vaccine.
Oh, shit. Come on, man. Come on. I'm calling him back. Well, now he hung up. Hold on. Sorry, Marilyn. I got to try to call back the guy that I accidentally hung up on. Somebody called in and I was going to stop their call. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I can't confirm if this post is an actual article and if it's like true from the family, but the post says that the family is saying he took the COVID vaccine and he didn't take drugs. I'm waiting to get that link to confirm the legitimacy. I can post the link to the screenshot, but I just want to make that known.
It's in a few different articles, this thing about taking the vaccine before the heart attack. So it's out there.
I see. Okay. And then I also want to mention a 3-2-2 relationship. I'm not sure if you mentioned 3 months and 22 days. I believe he died after his birthday, DMX.
Well, his birthday is December 18th, so
I just want to see if there's another 322 there.
let's see. Again, his birthday is the same day Chris Farley died in history from an overdose, supposedly. Let's see. Yeah, he is dead 3 months and 22 days after his birthday. Also 112 days, which is like how the Jesuits operate in 112 countries, and then today leaves 266 days left in the year going with their motto, Isus Somnum Salvator, so yeah.
It's so obvious, the ritual. Is it also a span of 113 days, like overdose?
That's what I covered, a span of 113, like overdose. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's just the 99 could be more obvious. This stuff, you're doing great in the chat, by the way. It's like an ultimate viewer, so don't let the next guy get on. Just keep it up, man.
All right. Thanks, man. Take care. Caller?
Like overdose. That's what I got.
Yeah, you got to mute your video. When you guys call in, you got to mute the video. What's up?
All right, ain't too much. Hey, we're just calling about what's up with the number 50, man, because you know Michael Jackson and Prince died at the age of 50.
Circle, man. It's the circle of life. The word circle's 50, so.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, bet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Yep.
Oh, come on. What's going on? I picked up Chicago Heights and it disconnected. 708, I'm calling you back. Yeah, the most simple cipher is circles 50. The circle of life. Oh, it's also 112 and he's dead 112 days after his 50th birthday. Think about that. Caller? 708?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, Zach? What's up? It's the caller that was talking about like the school stuff, but I was gonna tell you about I was just trying to tell my mom about this DMX stuff, and she keep on denying it for some reason.
Like she's denying like what? Just the whole Gematria thing, or what?
The 113, like to his birthday to the death and overdose is 113. She keep on denying it, like she's like. She's steady saying it's a belief. Yeah, she's steady saying it's a belief, and I'm telling her that this is hardcore fact. We can prove this shit. Any day.
Well, what about just, doesn't she find it suspicious that he overdosed on, have you ever taught her about 42 and how they're always doing all these nasty rituals of black people in 42 and he overdosed on 42?
Zach, she won't listen. She keep on saying that this is a belief. She believe in the news, like
that's, well, she's just like my sister. My sister's the same way. My sister doesn't listen either, so.
It's crazy because that, in the Nike theory, it's not sounding so wrong, bro. Like, I don't know.
Wait, hold on, rewind. What'd you just say? The what theory?
The Anunnaki.
Oh, yeah.
When they said a slave race, man, it's like the stuff that we see every day, and it's like we live with this, so it's like we can't run away from this. So it's like that theory just don't. It sounds more understandable to see every day because it's like some people just not meant to get it. I don't know how, but it's like it's crazy, man.
It is, and again, I'll remind people, Hermeticism, which is old, says that only certain people are meant to see, and that's not very many, and it does seem to be that way. So.
Yeah. For real.
Isn't it weird though? It's like, man, she's your mom. You think if you could see, your mom would be able to see. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's our whole family Christians, bro. Like,
yeah. Our whole
family's Christians growing up, Zach. So it's like, man, and it's crazy because I guarantee you, most of my family that call themselves Christian, I know the Bible more than them.
Sure. That's just like my sister. My sister, she never even read the Bible, but she thinks she's going to heaven just because she says she believes and stays ignorant on everything else. So.
Man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, Zach.
Well, I appreciate you guys calling in, and maybe one day the family will come through, but I'm in the same boat with a lot of my family members, so I relate.
All right.
All right, man. You guys have a good day. Thank you.
You too.
Take care. 231.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I'm just calling about your video right now. I've been following you for a really long time, and I'm just wondering about, like, what do you think of Prince Philip dying? And then this guy said
wanted to come back as a virus.
Yeah. And he's coming back. and there's that COVID. I don't know if you covered that
Resurgence.
earlier.
I know, man. I have. I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought it up. I actually meant to talk about that when we were talking when he got hospitalized earlier this year. That's exactly what we talked about. Is how he said he wanted to die and come back as a virus. So and you see the headlines today about how there's signs that we're about to have another big surge of the virus. It's all connected, man. It's sick.
Right. What do you think is? Do you think like this is like you say that the Bible is written by them, and they're basically playing out the Bible like Revelation?
Well, hold on. Let's rewind. I have never said that the Bible is necessarily written by them, but the way we understand the Bible and the way it's been translated and what's been taken out, it's like the Bible as we know it definitely has their fingerprints all over it. So the versions of the Bible we look at, they're obviously not the originals, and a lot of the intent's been lost, and so we have manipulated Bibles.
Right. Okay, yeah. And then last thing, do you see what's happening with like MLB where you can't have cash or anything like that, and it's all this funneled system basically? Like they're going cashless. They're starting out in these stadiums and little concert venues.
Yep.
And I'm afraid they're going to try and make it to the whole world. Like,
well, that's just like what I said over a year ago. A year ago, people were calling and saying, Zach, you think they're going to make vaccines mandatory? I said, probably not, but they'll probably just make it inconvenient to do everything, like going to the airport, going to a game, going to a concert. They'll just usher in everything that way.
Yeah. You think they're going to ramp it up where, okay, you can't do mainstream entertainment, but then they're going to make it okay, you can't go to the grocery store at all?
It's very possible that certain stars. Yeah, it's very possible. More and more things as time goes on will be like you got to have this, you got to do it this way because they're bringing in the new system, man. They want total surveillance over everything. And just pay attention right now. There's all these headlines about how pretty soon every head of lettuce is going to have a GPS on it. Somebody just showed me yesterday that the bar's got this thing about how every single one of their apples that they're going to use for their apple alcohol cider will be traceable to the exact tree it came from. It's like, okay, that's cool, but at the same time, are we seriously getting down to this much surveillance that we even know from where every apple came from, every lettuce? I mean, come on, man.
Right.
How much surveillance do we need over the world? So...
It's crazy. It's weird. Like, I don't know. I mean, I was out today, and this girl, she didn't even go in the store, and it didn't even say on the sign, like, oh, limit to 6 people. So I asked her, why are you waiting out the store to get your food? And she's like, well, there's a whole family in there. Like, I can't go in. And I'm like, yeah, they could have the virus, Like, I'm over it. I said that joke like, sarcastically, but it's just like, the hell is wrong with these people, man? Like, they just... How much longer are they going to go for it? Another 5 years? They want to keep this up? Who knows? But it's just bizarre.
Well, these people are really obedient to tyranny. They're just good at following directions. So. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's all I really had. I appreciate what you're doing, man. It's amazing. Nothing short of amazing. I tell some of my friends about it, and they get they can't focus on it for too much, and they get along with their lives. But I mean. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one, man.
Yep.
By the way, they deleted my GematriaEffectNews channel that had 80-some thousand subscribers yesterday, and they deleted it for this video right here, Vaccine Open Season, where Fauci said it was open season, and I showed all the 56s in that story, and then they deleted my channel exactly 56 days after uploading that video. Isn't that funny? What's up, caller?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on. What's going on?
I got a quick question. Do you think the Green Bay player, his last name is Adams, his jersey?
Oh, number 33. His father died on April 7th. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, and is it a coincidence his last name is Adams, or you think that ties into the Adams?
Oh, the shooting. The shooting, because his name's Adams, right?
Yeah, and they said he's 33 years old.
But what's funny is he's not even really 33. They just had to code it in the shooting like they always do. Well, what stands out to me about the number 33, Aaron Jones, his father reportedly died April 7th. And what stands out to me about that is, again, the Packers. They're known for the big capital G, like how there's the capital G in the middle of the Masonic logo. And in Francis Bacon Gematria, that's where lowercase a through lowercase z is 1 through 26, and uppercase a through uppercase z is 27 through 52. Uppercase G is the 33rd letter, And then the Masonic compass that's normally above the G in their logo set at 47 degrees. So his father dies on 4/7. He's number 33. Of course, the Packers won the first ever Super Bowl in the 47th season of the NFL. And they pay tribute to these same numbers year after year. But yeah, number 33 loses his dad on 4/7. I'm glad you called in because I meant to decode it more. Have you looked from how many days from his birthday it was to his father's death?
No, I just know he just signed a big contract.
Man, look at that. His father died at 57, right? The number coded all over the shooting on the same day from the other player. His name is 57, just like South Carolina's 57. So these things probably are connected. And the gentleman blamed for the shooting, he was drafted by the Niners. I mean, Niners, Packers, these are two of the bigger teams in the NFC. So
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of blood money, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, here, I'm about to check real quick from his birthday to the death of his father and just see how that lines up. His birthday is December 2nd, the same day as Aaron Rodgers. They got the exact same birthday. And, hold on, December 2nd to April 7th. Okay, that's wild. He died 126 days after his birthday, which is 18 weeks. It's another number that's big with the Jesuits, 126. The 18 goes with their IHS. It would have also been his 127th day of his age. It's 126 days after his birthday or 127th day of his age. 127 connects to Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. His father died at 57. Scottish Rite's 57. American football is credited to the Scottish Rite Freemason Walter Camp. So, yeah, I just think it's just total Masonic ritual, the death of his father at 57 on that day.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious about that. I saw that, and I saw the two last names, and I thought it was crazy that those two last names, his dad died, then 2 days later the shooting, and then they're both 33, but you said he wasn't 33, but I was just putting those together, and I was like, man, it's either coincidence or...
Well, they did report that he was 33, though. Everyone reported that he was 33, but if you go and look up his player page, you'll see he was 32 years and 262 days old, so he was almost 33. But it's just like how they had to report that it was store number 33 that got shot up in Boulder, and then it was Orange, which is 33 land. But they're always putting the same numbers in these shootings. But yeah, his name, Philip Adams is 57, just like South Carolina. And then that same day, you got the death of the father of the NFL running back at age 57. So, yeah, clearly connected, man. I appreciate it. Good call. All right. Yeah, take care, man. See it. Again, it's just like once you learn to recognize the numbers that they operate by, you start to see how redundant their patterns are. I mean, 57, 47, 33, those numbers come together a lot. Like, again, I'm showing right here. The killings in Rock Hill, 47 degrees on the Scottish Rite compass. I got it right here. South Carolina Scottish Rite. I mean, I've talked about these same things a million times. And then Aaron Jones, excuse me, his father's dead at 57 the same day, playing for the Packers with the most Masonic emblem there is in the league. What's up, 847?
Hey, Zach. How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
Hey, I was looking at Colin Morikawa, the PGA Masters.
The shooting in Atlanta targeting Asians was on his 38th day of his age, and they coded 38 all over that thing. And of course, the Masters is down there in Georgia. What do you see in Morikawa there?
Well, this morning, obviously Prince Philip's dead. So Prince and Colin, his first name, matching 3 out of the 4 base ciphers: 65, 97, and 34.
Okay.
And crazy, from his upcoming birthday, Colin, is 303 days, and then from Prince Philip's last birthday is also 303 days. So
he's very interesting. So again, I don't know if you're on our Patreon or not, but he's Japanese American, and the Japanese golfer finished really high yesterday on day 1, who was a little bit longer shot, Hideki Matsuyama. And what's interesting is if you look into both of them that have Japanese family history, Colin Morikawa won the PGA Championship last year, which began on August 6th and ended on August 9th. That's the day in history Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed in Japan. And the last time Hideki Matsuyama won a tournament, it was also on August 6th, the day Hiroshima was bombed. And this year, the Masters ends on April 11th, which is 114, like 114, and Pearl Harbor's 114, and World War's 114. And from Matsuyama's birthday to the last day of the tournament's 45 days, which is the year World War II ended. And if you read yesterday's headlines, they said that Justin Rose had the biggest lead after day one of the tournament since World War II. So they even referenced the World War. So they're doing something with that.
Idea. Yeah. Skull and Bones is kind of connected too. Colin Morikawa equals 222, like order out of chaos.
Well, the Masters is connected to Skull and Bones because the first ever Masters was March 22nd, 322, and then it was called the Augusta National Invitational back then, which equals 322. So what's Morikawa's Skull and Bones connection?
His first and last name equals 222, just like order out of chaos 222.
Right. Yeah, that was a big number in 2020.
And then, he was born in '97, Tiger's first Masters win.
Yeah, I definitely have my eyes on Morikawa and Matsuyama because Matsuyama's name equals 114, like how the tournament ends on 114. But both of them are very interesting with the big focus on Asians, and also the headlines about how coronavirus has been the worst thing since the world since the World Wars. And I guess Japan canceled the Summer Olympics or postponed them last year, and it was the first time the Olympics were postponed or canceled since the World Wars. So.
Right. And his last name, Morikawa, equals 37, just like car wreck and vehicle. And it wasn't 37 something to do with Baylor and like the perfect season?
Perfect is 37. They stopped Mark Few from getting his 37th tournament win. So.
Right. And then he's 24, and obviously PGA equals 24.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, take care. What's up, 443?
Hey, Zach. I just want a quick question. I'm trying to figure out a way I can get a copy of your first book.
So the way you do it is, do you have the ebook file?
Yeah, I have the ebook.
So here's how you got to do. You got to send that file to lulu.com, and they'll print it and make it look like a book. Or the other option is just look up what bindery's in your town, and you can take it there, and they won't make it look as much like a book, but they'll make it look more like a like if you've ever gotten a new job and they give you the big packet of stuff for the work with a spiral binder. You could get that done at your local bindery. But those are the ways to do it, because nobody will print the book because it has news headlines in it. So.
Okay, so you said lulu.com or
look up your local bindery, right? Because I'm sure there's one in your town, and they could do it. They'll put like a spiral through it.
Okay, you know how much they charge?
Well, that all depends on. I mean, Lulu prints the book for around $30, which isn't bad because it's huge. It's almost 800 pages. Your bindery might do it for a little bit less, somewhere right around there, though.
Well, yeah, I want the actual, because I believe I was watching one of your previous live streams, and you actually held up a copy of it.
Somebody printed that on lulu.com and sent it to me. They printed it without a cover, so it doesn't have a cover on it, but that's from lulu.com.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll go that route then. But yeah, I gotta get my hands on that book.
And just for the record, you can design your own cover for it too. I mean, if you go to canva.com, you can create a book cover. You can make your own cover for however you want that book to look. You could even say it was by you and impress all your friends. I wouldn't even care, man. Just help get the knowledge out there. So.
Well, no, I gotta give the credit to the original writer of the book. So that'd be you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Okay, but yeah, I was reading through I'm still reading through it actually, but I don't really like reading books on Kindles or I like the actual book itself.
Right.
You know, I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but yeah, I'll be doing that. But appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Keep up the great work.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too.
See. What's sad is the person who printed this book for me, they have passed away. they were an older person, but this is how big my first book is if you get it printed. It's big. But he did it without the cover. See, if you design a cover, then there'll be a cover on there, but he just sent him the file and had him print it and bind it. And he's an older gentleman. His wife wrote me some time back and let me know that he passed, which is sad, but I have the book to remember him because he was the first one to get it bound and send it to me, which I appreciated. And I was so disappointed when I finished the book and nobody would print it because it had the news headlines in there. And again, I didn't want to take out the news headlines because I thought they were an important part of the book to just show how they code and the stuff they put in their headlines. So, and if you don't mind reading ebooks, again, an easy way to get my book is just go to the website, GematriaEffect.news. Go to ebooks. You can download them both right here. If you don't have any money, I charge $5 per copy for the ebook, but I also made it free. If you go to my Patreon page, which is linked on my website, scroll back to Christmas Eve, you can download both books for free. 347.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey.
I was actually calling in to ask a question that to you might sound a little like might make me sound a little ignorant on most of the things that you speak on, but I'm kind of new into knowing all of this sort of stuff. I wanted to ask you, is there like a real difference between the Jesuits that you say and the Masons and all the other
they're all related.
Illuminati,
so Bavarian Illuminati was established May 1st, 1776 by a Jesuit, Adam Weishaupt, who wanted to have greater control over Freemasonry, and the modern Freemasonry was created in 1717 on June 24th in the UK by the Jesuits. So all of this stuff's related. That's why DC is the land of the Jesuits and the Masons. The Jesuits are there, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is there. So these are all related secret societies. And then the Jesuits have the Templar cross in their logo, and they're carrying on what the Templars did before them. So all this stuff's related.
Yeah, and the Jesuits, if I'm not mistaken, I think they started out basically going against everything that Christianity standing for. Maybe I'm completely off, but...
Well, I mean, it depends on who you talk to, because the Jesuits are the Society of Jesus, but as many people have described them, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They're pretending to be something they're not. They're pretending to be about Jesus, but that's not really what they're about. They're about power and control, and they're about doing whatever they have to do to exert their, influence, to gain more power and control, so...
Yeah, and I guess if I could ask you, one last thing, did you have any, sort of predictions that you made for regarding this whole corona situation as to maybe any dates, anything like that, or what do you think?
We had a lot of dates right along the way about coronavirus. We've been pretty much dead on about everything about coronavirus, but the biggest thing that I was right about is if you go back to my earliest, well, you can't anymore because it's all been deleted and censored, but what I kept telling people years ago, way before 2020, was that if we're not awake and organized by 2020, it's going to be bad news for us, because in 2020, the next big phase of whatever 9/11 and this ongoing agenda will come, because these people work in 19-year cycles. 19-year cycles. Have you heard me talk about?
Yeah, Agenda 2030, right? They want to keep stripping away our freedoms.
That's part of it. But again, it's the 19-year cycles. That's why on 9/11, they said there were 19 hijackers. And then 2001 to 2020 is 19 years later, and it's COVID-19, because the word chaos is 19, and they work by the order out of chaos code, and the moon's on a 19-year cycle. That's why every 19 years on the Hebrew calendar, the holidays fall on the same day every 19 years. So 19's a big number with them. And again, 19 years before 2001 was 1982. That's the year the war on drugs officially began. Every 19 years, they got a big plan that's really a war on humanity. The war on drugs is a war on humanity. The war on terror was a war on humanity. The war on germs is really a war on humanity. These people always create some excuse to take away rights and liberties, and they do it in 19-year cycles.
Yeah. And about the vaccine, do you think, or do you know that they're gonna start? They're easing into it, definitely. They're with the vaccine passports and everything like that. Do you think it'll come to a time where you're not gonna be allowed to go into a Costco without showing your vaccine passport and all that stuff?
It's probably very likely if people don't stand up and start fighting back. So, but it's just like right now, they kind of act like you can't go in there without a mask, but I go in there without a mask and I just make a big scene. So someday I might have to do the same thing with the vaccine passport. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you very much for everything you're doing. I wish you the best, and hopefully we see some change, man, because shit's getting crazy.
Indeed it is. All right, appreciate you, man. You have a good day.
All right, man. All right, you too.
I search DMX Revelation because Revelation's got that 49 connection. I just want to see if like any lyrics popped up or anything. I wonder if DMX has a song with some more clues. Revelation X featuring DMX. I don't know. I'm sure as time goes on, we'll figure out more and more to this riddle, but there's some real clear surface level stuff for why he is passed today. And again, 4-9. One of the big clues. Again, for the gentleman who said, why did he die at 50? Again, that connects to circles and cycles, like life is a circle and cycle. Again, he died 112 days after his 50th birthday or his 113th day of his age. So one, you're counting the full span of days, including his birthday. The other, you're saying he died 112 days after his birthday. Again, circles 50 forwards, 112 backwards. Dead 112 days after the 50th birthday. The 3 months and 22 days, 322 is the number of Skull and Bones. And remember, that song he did with Rick Ross, they referenced Skull and Bones on there recently. Newer song. What's up, Ben?
Hey, for the caller that called in 2 days ago, if you're still listening, I just posted a video to my YouTube channel, Coincidence Theorist. It has the Number Games book cover as the profile picture. Just Coincidence Theorist, and I put, I got my print version yesterday, and I put a link to a PDF file for a potential cover you'd want to use, and then you'd want to go to Jeremy White's channel, which is JHW3D. He put a video out a couple of years ago with the Lulu.com tutorial, and I basically followed that one except for the fact that I made my own cover. So,
okay, the Coincidence Theorist. That's the channel.
Just Coincidence Theorist. And it has Number Games cover as its profile picture. It should come up as like one of the fourth or fifth option if you sort by channel name.
I'm sorting by channel right now. Yeah. I see it. Oh, you got my book cover on there. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah. So I put a couple videos up yesterday. One of them was the me talking about getting the book, and then the other one was my cousin had a baseball game where everybody was wearing masks, including the players. So
yeah, funny. I see the clip right here.
Yeah, I plan to post more things on there in the future. Just got it underway. So.
For some reason, I'm trying to play your video and it will not play. That's weird. Okay, there it goes, finally. There, now I got it. Pitcher's out on the mound with his face mask. Everybody's got their face masks on. It's just unbelievable, man. Up to bat with the mask on. It's got to have it's got to have an impact on your hand-eye coordination, you would think. So.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, certainly, if I was playing in that league and they asked me to do that, I would definitely back out. But the thing is, it goes back to a quote. I think it all goes back to a quote. When I read 1984, I actually wrote this down because it stood out to me back then, and I think it's more true today. It said something about the people were just they couldn't comprehend exactly what they were being asked to do, and because they couldn't comprehend it, it was just so easy for them to go along with it. I'm trying to think of the exact wording you used. I have it written down in the room, but I'm not home right now. But it was something about the people who submitted to the party were the people incapable of understanding it because they just swallowed everything, and what they swallowed left no residue behind. So
interesting, yeah.
So, yeah. I posted it on Free to Find Truth before, but it's a good quote, and it really sums up what's going on right now.
It does. Wait, where's that quote coming from? One more time.
1984. It says something about what the party inflicted itself best upon the people incapable of understanding it. they simply swallowed everything, and what they swallowed left no residue behind. It's a lot longer than that, but that's
Sure,
like,
that's the gist of it.
That's like part of it. That's like the gist of it. I mean, I know that those exact words are part of it, but there's like a big part coming up to that just makes all too much sense.
Yes. Yes.
And there's a quote about there's a eugenicist named Bertrand Russell, and he had a quote about diet injections and injunctions, being used to make the populace submit to authority, which he wrote in his book, "The Impact of Science on Society."
Okay.
And he was a member of the Fabian. He was a member of the Fabian Society, just like Orwell.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, and just a side note, I don't know if you. I heard you guys talking about Aaron Rodgers, so I thought I should throw this out there. Aaron Rodgers started guest hosting Jeopardy on Monday. They've just been having a whole bunch of people come on ever since Trebek died.
I see.
Yeah, so, I mean, he started on April 5th, I think was his first episode. So, and the answer to the final Jeopardy question was Mr. Rogers. So.
What a joke. What a joke, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know if the official narrative is that the host picks the questions or what, but, I mean, it makes sense if they would do something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All
right, Ben. Great work, man.
Right.
I appreciate it. Thanks for doing that.
No problem. Have a good one.
Subbed. All right, take care, man. See you.
All right, see you. Bye.
So that's young Ben, you guys. He's really good at decoding, and apparently got the book printed too. So he's showing off what the book looks like in print form. And we got Martin, a great decoder, calling in. What's up, Martin?
Oh, what up, Dak?
Hey, man.
You're talking about the DMX death right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I know he's known for his Rough Riders anthem.
Right.
And he did that album with Swiss Beats. If you type Swiss Beats' name in the Gematria calculator, there's a lot of connections. Swiss Beats equals 157. I think it's 157 days before his next birthday. Swiss Beats also equals 49. DMX died on 4/9 today.
I must be spelling it
also
wrong.
equals 113. And you said something about 113, like DMX died on his
Overdose.
13th day of his age.
Overdose was 113.
Or
I spelled it like that. I see.
50. And then in the 50 at the end, Swiss Beats also equals 50. So
Yeah, look at that, man. 49. So dead on his 113th day being 50 on 4/9, and Swiss Beats got all those. Wow. He's married to Alicia Keys, right?
If you type Rough Riders, then I think it equals 50 as well. So let me see.
He got the same birthday on the day Tupac died, and he's 42 right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rough Rider equals 50. That's what it was. Not Rough Riders, but yeah.
Rough Rider, the singular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that.
So, I mean, there's a lot of connections with him. So,
did Rough Rider spell it with a Z also or an S?
What do you mean? I mean, it's an S. Yeah.
They spell it with an S?
Mm-hmm.
Because Good Friday's 59, the same as Rough Riders, because he overdosed on Good Friday.
Yeah, the song was.
You know what else? Good Friday. That's what else is messed up, man. Good Friday's 49, and then he's dead. He overdosed on Good Friday last week, and now he's dead on 4/9. Come on, man.
Yeah, and I sent you some texts earlier. I think it was yesterday or something. So when you get a chance, look at those. It was about the decode for the NBA Finals and the connection with 56. A lot of 56 connections. So.
Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, we've been writing that 56 thing since before the season began. 56th NBA season repeat. You still think so?
Well, I mean, yeah, because if you look at it, going off of your notes and my notes, the 56th NBA season ended on the 163rd day of the year thing, and 163 is the 38th prime number, and I think you were saying something about 202 this year. So I noticed that 163 and 202, if the NBA Finals ended on 7/1/20, 2020, it'll be 163 days after the Super Bowl, and also it'll be 163 days after LeBron James' birthday, or 163 days before his next birthday. But it's either going to end in Game 6 or Game 7, because Game 7 will be the 202nd day of the year, leaving 163 days. And like I said, the last NBA Finals ended on the 163rd day of the year, leaving 202 days left in the year. So I think there's a real connection right there. And there's so many 56s with LeBron James. Like, right now, he has 163 total playoff games played, which is why I see another 163. Also, this first NBA Finals, like, Game 1 of the NBA Finals will be his 56th game. And it's a connection with what's the guy that just finished died? Elgin Baylor. Like, it's a connection with him too. Like, everything's connected, like you said. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure LeBron James is gonna win and become 5 and 6 in NBA Finals. I have a post on it on my Patreon, but I sent you most of the notes in the text message. So I know you'd be busy and everything like that. So
I will definitely check it out. Yeah, I appreciate the great work as always, Martin. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, then.
All right, great work, man. You have a good day. Yeah, Swiss Beats, it did have a lot to do with DMX because, I mean, one of their biggest songs was that Rough Riders anthem, and I remember, or actually, God, I'm getting things confused. Man, it's hard to believe all that stuff was 20-some years ago. I forget where DJ Clue and Swiss Beats meet up, but I remember that DJ Clue album had the remix of that Rough Riders anthem, and somehow Swiss Beats factors in there. But yeah, that's an interesting catch with Swiss Beats, and I never realized his birthday was the day Tupac died. Let's just see. Let's see how it lines up here with Swiss Beats. September 13th, 2020 to today. Let me see his upcoming birthday. I think his hold up. Let me go back and type in Swiss Beats. Wow, that is crazy, you guys. Watch what I'm about to show you. This is crazy, man. It has a lot to do with him. I need to go research this connection with Swiss Beats and DMX because this is a trip. I'm about to show you how it connects to all 4 ciphers in his name. All 4 of the base ciphers sync up with Swiss Beats. There is no way this is a coincidence. God. That one dude's mom who thinks it's all a coincidence, man, she needs to wake up. And again, I don't understand all the Christians who are so afraid of knowledge. Like, nowhere in the Bible does it say to stay away from knowledge. You have to understand how evil operates. But look at this. I'm plugging it in here on this other screen. I'm going to update it for you in a second. This is unreal. I will take more calls. Right now, no one's calling in, which is interesting, but I have to finish putting in this information right here, and then I'll present it. Man. Swiss Beats is 157 in the most simple cipher, and he's dead 157 days before Swiss Beats' birthday, and then he gets also 49, like how he's dead on 4/9. It's also 50, like how DMX is dead at 50, and then it's also 113, like Overdose. Now DMX is dead on his 113th day of his age. I mean, how's all that going to be a coincidence? Every base cipher connects. So, I almost got it all plugged in here. Takes time to make all these posts and take all these screenshots and upload them. Six 3-0. Hello? Yeah, you're on.
Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I've never called you before. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Well, I was wondering, so are there any numbers that are associated with, like, good rituals? Or is, like, any ritual done by the numbers.
Okay, good question.
Bad
Again,
thing.
all numbers are dualistic, so every number is as good as it is bad. The thing about my work is, though, I'm focusing on the evil that's done essentially in the entertainment world and in the world of politics and news. So I'm so focused on. So if you see that any of these numbers are associated with you, don't think like, oh my God, I have that number. Because again, every number is as good as it is bad. It's just that a lot of these numbers are used ritualistically in the same negative ways.
So are there any like religions or any sort of like because I sort of tend to like follow synchronicities, but how do I describe this? Oop, are you still there?
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm just giving you your time. You're trying to describe something, so I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, do you have any, like, things you've read maybe that, like, tie certain spirituality things with, like, certain numbers?
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll tell you an example from this was October of 2018. I can't remember exactly what day it is, but it's documented somewhere. I could go back and figure out what day it happened on. But when Sweet Lady was out here trying to get accepted to the school or actually this was October of 2017. Man, time flies by because we already lived here in 2018. So it was the year before that. So this is October of 2017. I can't believe it was that long ago when I just think about that. But what happened was she was out here and she was going through the whole interview process and seeing if the school would accept her. And I had time to kill. And before I came to pick her up, I went to the gas station to fill up the car with some gas to drive back home because we're a ways away from home. And when I was in the line at the gas station, there was a man in front of me who was elderly and he had a cane. And he went up to the window and he asked if he could use his EBT, like his welfare card, to get some hot food from the window. And the cash register person was rude in the way they said no back. And so he immediately started to walk out of the line. I said, hold on, man. I said, if you want some hot food, I said, I have some cash. So I gave him a $10 bill because I had $20 to put in the gas. And I figured if I put in $10, it would still be enough for the gas to get home. So I gave him $10. But the thing was, he looked back at the cat. Well, first he looked at me when he took the 10, and then he looked back at the cash register person and he said, see, Jesus is always looking out. And I looked at my time to see how long I had to pick up Sweet Lady because I was supposed to be back at the school at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and it was 1:51 right as he said that. And I thought, that's weird, man, because Jesus Christ is 1:51 in Gematria, and he's telling the cash register, Jesus is always looking out because I gave him a $10 bill. So, again, I mean, that's not really a negative story, but I just know 1:51 is associated with Jesus. This is what's coming out of his mouth. This is his reaction to getting money from me, the stranger in the line. And it just made me think, it's like, is that what Jesus is? Just like the good side of all of us? We're all embracing Jesus and we look out for each other. But so anyway, I mean, there's absolutely positivity in the numbers. But if you watch my channel, I'm very much focused on the negative aspect because essentially, again, exposing evil, shining a light on what evil's doing. So for anybody out there, don't ever think like, oh my God, I have that number. What am I going to do? It's like there's no number that's all good or all bad. It's all dualistic.
So you just gotta follow like your own numbers and
that's true. You do have your own numbers, and again, just to there's something to the organic side of this too. If you add up my full name, what's considered the most pure ciphers, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. If you add up my whole name, it's 89. If you add up my dad's full name, it's 89. My mom's birthday is 8/9. And the day I was born, July 21st. If you type into Google right now, what's the coldest day ever recorded? It'll come up as July 21st, 1983, and the record temperature was -89 that day. That's the same day I was born. But anyway, we all have like organic synchronicities like that when you start to study it. So yeah, there's definitely an organic side to this too.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for your videos.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, take care. Bye. Yeah, I know a lot of people see it and they think like, oh my God, that number, I got that number. But again, we're just focused on the negative aspects of what's going on. But by the way, for more organic stuff, just with my own name, since we're talking about 49 and 94 today, and the two most simple ciphers, here, I'll show you in a second. Let me take this call first. 318, what's up, 318?
what happened was she was out here and she was.
You got to mute your video.
The whole interview process and seeing if the school would accept her.
Oh, you're playing
Time to kill. And
what are you playing?
Man, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hello. Man, Zach, this is Marcus, man. Long time, bro.
How you doing, Marcus? I know who this is. Marcus down in Louisiana.
Man, I'm doing good, man. I watch you every day. I've been watching you online right now as you doing what you doing, bro. I love you, man. I mean, I be calling in and doing what I'm doing, man. Bro, you've been right on a whole lot of things, man, so it's not about the wrong. But I tell you what, man, we got to get it out there, bro. I'm thinking about coming to Yakima as well because I heard you on the call with a gentleman the other day talking about that he want to come out there, man, just to shake your hand and all of that, man. And that's some cool shit, Zach, man. I like what you got going on, bro. I always admired you. I always like what you actually have going on, man. And I just want to be a guy that's part of the community. If you check it out, I'm on everything that you be doing, man. And I don't do anything on the Patreon as for the gambling, but I'm on there. I still do my thing and, you know, get my money like you asked us to do, man, $1 a month. But sometimes I do a little bit more. But even with that, man, I'm just like, man, dude, we got to get the message out there, man. I was looking at your live stream, you know, just talking about DMX and all of that and just so many things. It was in the plan for him to die. It was just when he was going to die. He was a sacrifice like everybody else. You was talking about LL Cool J and so many other things. I realized what's going on, man. And sometimes I'm not afraid of anything, man, but I just be like, damn, man, you just be so spot on. And I was listening at a couple trolls that called and they like, man, you know, you got this one wrong and this and that, but you told everybody to take a hinge on this and that because if Gonzaga is the favorite, because you was talking about 28, you know, one of the perfect numbers and all of that, take a hinge on it, man, actually win you some money. You done made a lot of people some money, man, so it really don't matter what the naysayers are saying or what they're doing, man. I think you're doing a terrific job, man. I'm still in Louisiana. You know my numbers. In fact, I got my coat made. I want to send you a picture of it, and I got my coat made of 227, 74, 259, and 115. Those are my numbers, man. They link up directly with the state that I'm living in, Sportsman's Paradise, which is Louisiana. And I think that's crazy, man. I don't know what I need to do or what's going to actually happen. I'm not fearful. I'm not afraid.
It's funny. It's funny that Marcus. It's funny that we're talking about the organic side because you called in before and shared how your full name is the exact same as what's the motto on the Louisiana license plate where you live.
Ciphers.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, there's an organic side to it, and that's your state.
Yeah, man. I mean, sometimes I get a little leery and I get a little afraid, man, but I just try to keep God first, man. I know we not big on religion and all of those type things, man. The whole thing is the truth in the truth-seeking community, and I just want to do my part to build it up, man, you know, and just, you know, continue on and just listen, follower, because you are a good leader, man, and everybody knows it across the world. You get calls from everywhere across the world, so we know that you're a good leader, man. I just want to be able to do my part in whatever you ask of us, the truth-seeking community, or whatever you ask of me. Personally, man, I just want to be able to do it, to upbuild a community, to make sure that you go forward, and so many other things, man, and just cut down the BS with everybody else, whether it's Pharaoh and all them other guys that's out there bullshit and try to shit on you and all of that, man, and they wrong for that because the thing of it is, they know the truth, but I know they're just with puppets, and I realize what it is. I don't think that you're not going to get assassinated, Zach. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to you. God got you, bro. So don't even worry about what you think a person or people may or may not do to you, break into your home, vandalize your situation. You may be gone without sweet lady. And hell, you come in, things look different, and they done poisoned everything in there, man, because I know you talk about arsenic and so many other things in the gematria of that. So, man, don't let nobody frighten you, man. You just keep going on. God got you.
I appreciate that, Marcus.
God got you,
it's
bro.
good to hear your voice, friend.
God
I appreciate
got you, man. And if it's anything that I can do, Zach, man, just let me know, man. I mean, I got several numbers, man. You got a lot of my numbers, man. So if you got me on block on a few other numbers, man, unblock them.
I don't have you blocked on any number. I don't have you blocked on any number. Marcus, I used to call you on my other number
Zach,
that I don't have
you,
anymore.
What I'm trying to tell you, whatever you need me to do, bro,
If you need me to come out to Yakima, man, I want to come out because I like Zach on the corner. I like what you and Meg doing, bro. Y'all, dude, I watch you every day, man, because you putting content out every fucking day, and you putting true content out, man. I've been sharing it with my family, sharing it with my people, and I'm like, man, we don't do coincidence, bro. We're going to do the truth. We're going to just look at the truth, man. We don't do coincidence. So if you want to talk about coincidence, you go talk to them people out there that's spreading that with you in the news and all of that. And just like you talk about the two ladies that died in the past couple of months, one just died the other day, you know, and her number was 47 and dealing with the news, just suddenly died and all of that. I'm like, man, ain't none of this is coincidence. Everything happened by the numbers, man. And I tell people about the Book of Formations, where you talk about Kabbalah, whereas God created the world using letters, numbers, and words. And the guy called in the other night, I was watching the Wednesday night TRL. One of the guys called in, and he was not saying he was leery about it, but he was asking you things about Revelations and all of this, and can you kind of decode it and all of this? And I know we've been talking about the other guy that did Luke 10 and whatever it was, but that's how much his shoes cost, but he got on his shoes. And just by chance, man, he getting sued right now. Nike suing them for some more things, man. I don't know if it's for the manufacturer another shoe or whatever happened. I really don't know, man. Maybe you probably know more about it than I do. You probably do a show or a decode on it. But I knew DMX was going to die, man. Once you put the information out there talking about overdose and this and that, man, I knew DMX was going to die, Zach. I knew it, bro. It was just a matter of time. Go ahead. Let me hear you talk, man. I know I'm running my mouth, but you know me, Zach. Go ahead, bro.
No, I appreciate you, Marcus. It's good to hear your voice because I haven't talked to you for a while. But if you've been calling the old number that I used to call you on, I don't have that number anymore. The trolls just got to that one too much, and then like it wasn't even working on the live stream. Remember, it kept disconnecting everybody, so I got rid of that phone line. But I'm gonna save you on this one too. That was my mistake. So.
Well, I still got my California number 424-326-2147,
Be careful,
man.
I'll look it up. I don't want the trolls harassing you.
If you look at everything, man, you will see my credit card on there too. That's doing what I need to do every month. And I know I haven't been calling in the way I should, but I just been listening to all of the live streams and everything that you've been doing. But if you look on there, you'll see I'm a supporter of the business as well, man. You know, I'm down with you, bro. I mean, so I may not call in like I was a while back and in times past, but I'm still here, man, and I really appreciate you for picking up and taking my call, man. I really appreciate that, bro. I really do, man. I really do, Zach, man. And I got to get my ass out there to Yakima, even if it's just for a few days, man. When you pound in pavement, and just get out there, man. That's one thing I want to do. I'm not going to call it a bucket list or anything like that, but you got people coming in or want to come in from all around the world. I got to come in, man, and just do it with you, man, just to show my face, shake hands, and have a drink or, you know, do some trees or whatever, man. I hope the video don't get took down for me saying trees and all of that kind of thing. Right. But I ain't say it, though. I ain't say it. I just said trees.
All right. I think it'll be all right.
I gotta do
I appreciate that, Marcus.
Man.
I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna think about doing another day in Seattle because I was amazed at how many people flew out for our Seattle rally on March 13th. But Seattle's easier to fly into than Yakima.
Man.
So.
Man, Zach, I've been checking. Hey, let me ask you this: when you think you want to come back down here, man, to Louisiana, man? When you think you want to do that, man? Or how you kind of feel about that?
Well, I need to do that because I enjoy Louisiana.
You to go everywhere, man. I know how it go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach. What you say, brother?
Well, again, I'm still trying to get Sweet Lady on to support traveling around and getting the Truth Van and going city to city. But I'll definitely come back to Louisiana. I liked it a lot down there. So.
Man, let me ask you this, man, because you got people calling from Louisiana all the time, but we so far in between with each other, man. I know we can go in the chat and all of that and hook up this and that. But just in my own little small metropolitan city, man, it's almost like I'm the only one. We got 64 parishes out here, man. I mean, because we don't do county in Louisiana. And with that being said, man, you probably got 4 or 5 people in each county, in each parish, man. And I don't know who I can go link up with. That's almost like if you came down and be like, Louisiana, let's hook up, man. We're going to be on LSU campus, man, on this day or this day, this day. I don't know how to really hook up with those people, man. You know, seriously, man. But if it's not anything like that, I just rather hook up with you, man. And you know, hell, I'll pay for it for you, man. I'll pay for your flight.
You don't got to do all that, Marcus. I will come back down there. I will come back down there. I mean, the thing about being on a college campus right now is everybody's
what I'm saying is this right here, Zach, man. I know it's okay, man, but that's just the type of person that I am, man. If you come to my city, I'll pay for your flight, pay for your room and board, or wherever you want to live, or, you know, I would do that for you, man. That's
I appreciate that.
The love I have for the nature of the business. And that's the love I have for you, man. I would do that, man, and book your flight or wherever you wanted to stay and all of that, and food and beverage and all that. We'll take care of that, man, because I'm okay too, man. I got a little bit of money. Ain't got a lot of money, but hell, I can afford to do that for you, man. You know, I could do that. And if sweet lady wanted to come, I mean, we'll be able to do that too.
I appreciate all that, Marcus, and I'm grateful for that. But if I come down there, I'll definitely let you know where I am. But I'm not going to have you pay for all that, even though I appreciate that very much. But I mean, a lot of people in the community do support me, so I do have the means to travel. And right now, I'm going to put it into the homeless project. But I will come back down to Louisiana, and I'm sure a lot of the college students we talked.
What you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of the college students we talked to last year when we were down there, right after LSU won the football championship, we were talking about how they sacrifice people for these championships. I'm sure a lot of them we talked to realized Elgin Baylor died at 86, and then Baylor wins.
You're not live streaming right now, are you?
I am live streaming. Yeah, we're on the DMX live stream.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. I see DMX dead at 50 a week after. Rapper suffer a heart attack and all of that, man. I see, you know what? I'm actually looking at you right now, man. You don't know it. I see you with your white T-shirt on and your black beanie or whatever. But, Zach, that's just the love I have, man. And I'm going to continue on to support whatever it's got to be, man. You just let us know. But the thing of it is, I wish I could talk to you offline and talk to you about some more numbers. Yeah, I've been doing my own decodes just on some personal things. Been doing other things, man. But, man, it's scary around here, man. I'm not fearing for my life or nothing like that. I'm not saying I'm a Tupac or a Notorious B.I.G. or something like that. But everything link up according to the state that I'm in. And that alone I'm afraid, but I try not to let it bother me. I just try to do what I have to do, Zach, man. You know, so whatever I got to do, you let us know, and we'll go ahead and do what we have to do, man, because the next time you're in Louisiana, man, call me or personally, but I'll probably hear it in the live stream that you're going to be here, you'll be there, or whatever. But I'd like for you to actually come north of Louisiana, man, and spread some light on it, and we can hold the signs, and you on your megaphone or whatever. We can go to the courthouses or wherever you want to go. We can go to the capitals or wherever you want to go to get this message out. And I'm not worried about dying, Zach. I'm only 42, man. If I got to go, I got to die anyway, man. So I ain't really worried about dying no more, Zach. I'm past that.
Well, you got those Louisiana numbers, so you might live to be 101 yet, man. Louisiana, 101.
Oh, man, thank you for that, Zach. Ooh, man. You did, man. I hope, man. But I ain't afraid no more, Zach, man. God is with you, man. And I'm finna get off here because I know you probably got other callers calling in. And I'm not afraid no more, Zach, man. When I first found out and started dealing with these numbers, man, I was so afraid, man. I really was afraid, Zach. That's why I called you and we talked about it. I was really, really afraid, but I know there's an organic side to it as well, so I really didn't worry about it anymore. And I'm just like, whatever has to happen, let it happen. As long as my soul is saved, and bigger than that, Zach, I'm going to let you go on this point, man. I'm getting ready to open up my own thing, man. So I'll begin with you and let you know exactly what that is so we can actually get up to what we need to so we can live stream and do what we need to do, man. Because mine is Sportsman's Paradise. And Zach, man, don't be mad at me, man. Sportsman's Paradise, when I looked at it on my day of numerology that I did it was 35, man. And you know 35 is safe, man. And, man, I was talking to my mom about it. And she was like, why did you do that? I was like, Mom, that's when the paperwork went through. And, man, I can tell you a whole lot of things that has been happening behind that, but I don't want to do it and let the world hear it. I just rather talk to you and tell you some things that's been happening with my other company. You know what I'm saying? Just based off the day that I did some things, man. And I hope I'm not talking too much because, man, it's been kind of weird, man. Things been a little weird, man. But I'm going to let you go, Zach, man. I love you. Thank you for taking my call, man. I know it's been a while since we've been able to talk. I mean, but if you look on all information, and if you know the card numbers, you'll see mine there, man. So that's what I do. I'm going to continue on to support. And I'm going to continue on to put the message out there and do my very best until you're able to come back to Louisiana. And once you're able to do that, man, you know, if you let us know where you're going to be or what you want to do, because I know down south, I live in the north of Louisiana, and I know it's a little bit, you know, more people, you know, and you're able to get the message out a little bit better, you know, in your Baton Rouge or your New Orleans or maybe Shreveport, because Shreveport is the third largest city in Louisiana outside of Baton Rouge. And you look at New Orleans, everything else is just little cities, man. So
Right.
that's kind of like what it is, Zach. So you got to just let me know, man. I'm down with you, bro. Just let me know, man. If need be, I'll give you my email address, man. But I kind of want to talk to you offline because I don't want to say a lot of things online because I know them trolls out there, and I'm not trying to get a devil no energy to come fuck with me.
Sure.
I don't want to get a devil no energy, man. I'd rather talk directly to you, and we can kind of put some things together however you want to do it. And I put my money where my mouth is because I do it right now, if you don't already know. Because I know you got a lot of people on Patreon and all this. You can't keep up with it all. But I put my money where my mouth is every single month. So, and I've been doing that, Zach. So, it ain't no real big thing. I never stop, bro.
I appreciate it, Marcus.
And what I want, and what I want on your book number game, man, I got your book, but I want you to sign it for me, man. Not unless I'll exchange a copy, give you my book, and you give me another book with your signature in it, man. Because I know everybody been wanting it, and I kind of want that too, Zach. If that ain't no real big thing, but I already got the book. I bought the book number game, man. I actually have it, so ain't no real big deal, man. So it's however you want to do it, I'm gonna do it the way you want to do it, and then we'll kind of go from there, man. If everything's all right in that category.
All right. Sounds good, Marcus. We'll make it happen. Happy to sign your book, man.
Zach,
Thank
man,
you.
I love you, man. You take care. You stay strong and keep the haters off. And fuck them haters, man. Don't let them get to you, Zach. And, man, I'm praying for your safety. I'm also praying for Sweet Lady to make sure she finish school, pass her test, do what she got to do so you all can be greater together, man. And don't let nobody come between that, Zach, man. You stay faithful to what you're doing. God gonna bless you, bro. And I'm done, man. You can hang up now, man. Love you, Zach, bro.
Thank you, Marcus. You have a good day.
All right,
Take
Zach.
care.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Marcus, longtime supporter. He's always got a lot to say. He thought I blocked his number. It's because the old phone that I used to communicate with him on, I don't even have that number anymore. I think a lot of you guys remember how to get rid of that. What's up, 719? 719? You got to mute your video.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
What's up?
Hey, how you doing today?
Another day in paradise, man.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for answering my call. It's that kid Brain and Chains from the other night. I just wanted to say I have a lot of ideas on just how I want to get kind of a younger generation put onto this. I already know there's some young kids that are in this, but you know what I mean? The young generation, they're too stupid. They're not too stupid, but I mean, like, they're just, you know what I mean? They're not aware of what's really going on. And I don't know, man. I really want to get the message out there too. So, I don't know. Last night I wanted to talk about, or the other night I wanted to talk about a lot more with you. I was just kind of struck. I was like, oh my God, I got on the stream. Holy crap.
Sure.
But, like, what do you think about how, I mean, like, just spreading the message, you know what I mean? Because when you present this stuff to people, it's kind of a lot to take in at the beginning. So, I mean, how do you symbolize it for people?
Well, lately, if you've been, I don't know if you guys don't know, I'm streaming on Twitch now too because they keep taking down my videos on YouTube. So all my street stuff is on Twitch.tv under GematriaEffectNews. But out there, since I'm talking to people at the corner and there's not a lot of foot traffic, I'm talking to people in their cars with a bullhorn. There's not a lot of time to explain things. But people who do come up and talk and ask questions, since I'm mostly talking about Event 201, the coronavirus pandemic simulation, the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China, it's easy to get people to understand why it was called Event 201 and why it took place on the day of the military World Games in Wuhan, China, because the military World Games started in Rome and were created by the Jesuits in 95, and the Jesuits were created to counter the 95 Theses and recognized by Rome on the day leaving 95 days left in the year. And then again, the whole relationship with 201 and the Jesuits. So all of that stuff, people are easily able to comprehend and look up and see it's all true. So, I mean, you just got to start with like a really concrete example that's relevant to, the person you're talking to. I mean, somebody might not care about Event 201 and all that because they didn't want to hear about it, but maybe they're into DMX or they're into some sports game or something. So you got to meet people where they're at. But there's a lot of strong examples. So just find a strong example and give it to somebody. And if they can't grasp it, then maybe they're just not meant to grasp it. So.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, can't get people to change. They don't want to.
Right.
I mean, that's just what's hard. I mean, it's in this day and age, people are just, you know what I mean? When they want to avoid something, they just bury that damn face in their phone.
Yeah.
And go to Instagram, go to Twitter. You know what I mean? And
right.
It sucks, but you know what I mean? That's the day and age we live in, and it's just like, dude, like, how do you not see what's going on? You know what I mean? I was reading the just like how, you know what I mean? Just so many coincidences that are like, holy crap, the toilet paper, the mind control, coronavirus, the Rockefellers in 9/11, they made 911 national emergency code in 68. Like that one was like, holy crap. And the 47th day of the year, 47 columns. Insane.
Yeah.
In terms of, I want to speak to you about, so just about all the different types of, all the different ciphers. Like, you know, do you know how many there are actually, like in total?
How many ciphers there are?
Yeah.
I don't know all the ciphers. Again, I always reference the Faith Giovanni book. She only teaches one cipher in her book, but then in the book she says there's over 100 ciphers in use with the English language. So that book was written in the 60s or 70s.
Just wondering, like, because you always refer to the 4 base ciphers. Is there any like deeper explanation to that, or just is that what they use the most?
Well, just from observation, they seem to be the most relevant. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm gonna start busting out the videos. I want to. I have some crazy ideas. So thank you for answering. Appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah.
Hope you get to watch the videos. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. Have a good one, man. Take care. Yeah, I gotta explore this thing with Swiss Beats more in DMX because it is very interesting. What's up, 331?
Yo, Zachary.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? Hey, you know what, man? I gotta say thank you first of all before I say anything else, man. All the Zachs I ever met sucked. So thank you for bringing some validity back to the name. Yeah, man. Last Zach I worked with was the biggest crybaby I ever met in my entire life. Most confused dude. He thought that the fucking job was his own playpen or crib or some shit. Right. And then the other Zach I worked with, this guy was the skinniest kid I've ever seen in my life. He was $110 soaking wet, and we were working for a moving company.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, it seems like he's in the wrong profession. That's funny. Yeah, no, it wasn't that common of a name when I was growing up. I only knew one other Zach growing up, and I didn't really have a good or bad opinion about him. He's different than me, but yeah. I know it's more common that name now. So
only Zach I knew growing up was the Black Ranger.
Okay.
Only Zach I ever knew about, man.
Sure. Okay.
But man, I just, you know what? I have to say thank you, man. This outlet that you have built is the most organic outlet I have ever found. I've been a truth seeker probably for the past 2 years. Really turned on last year. What a coincidence! Year of hindsight. And there's not many I can stay comfortable with, man. I'm always trying to keep my ear to it and pay attention and just be a part of it and try to do my part, which is not much. Which I have to say thank you, because you are doing a major part that people don't even understand. That this, if you had not been sent here to do this on this planet, if you had not been sent here as the messenger, there could be no us and being able to just listen and be prepared and be aware. Because most of us, all we can do is be prepared and be aware. Because, you know, in my town, I try to talk to people, but man, I don't have to tell you, people ain't trying to hear that shit.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is so funny, because I figured it's for 2 reasons, man. One reason is because they don't ask the question why. I don't know. Maybe they're comfortable. I don't know. Because I actually didn't start asking until I got in an uncomfortable place, man. I ended up hitting the point where I was homeless. And then all of a sudden, like, I started just paying attention, doing research, and asking why. And for the other people, it's because they think they already fucking know the why.
Right.
And that is everything that they've heard on TV and on their phone.
Right. Right.
Unbelievable shit, man. It's amazing, this game that they're playing, man. I love how you just brought up, though, that there's always 2 sides of this shit, because in this universe, we have to believe that the creator of this universe is a balanced creator. So hopefully where we're headed is a better place than where we've been.
Yeah, and we will head to a better place when enough people wake up to the fact that we're being ruled over by evil and we're not really doing much about it. So, I mean, the opportunity is there to get to a better place. It's just how many people are willing to do anything. So I'm trying to inspire people to do things to make it better.
Well, and listening to a lot of Dick Gregory, man, this guy humbled me, actually, because I was putting Dick Gregory up on the pedestal. He said, you got to understand, these people are just messengers. They came here to deliver a message. So I would have to think, you know, they say that when the student is ready, the master will appear. I would have to think that because all of these excellent masters, including yourself, have appeared to deliver this message, it has to be because we're preparing for the change, for the turn. But we got to be the change and for the turn. All of my Christian family members, I'm black, so of course I'm in the typical Christian black Baptist family, been going to church since my family owned a church, so I was in church from 5 years old, basically till 18, where I could make my own decision. And even then, I never strayed away from God, but I just started straying away from the Jesus thing, you know. But, you know, the funny thing is I want to connect that because DMX is always preaching, always talking Jesus. I think it's just such a strange arrangement of events that this guy goes in the hospital brain dead basically on the day that Jesus so-called died, you know, and then 3 days he rose. Of course, everywhere else they celebrate Easter on Monday. We're the only ones who say Easter Sunday. And this happens in that same week. It's like, man, this guy's always preaching. Every time I've ever watched his interviews on the Breakfast Club or anything, he's leading with a prayer. Even in the movie that you keep referencing, Belly, he starts off this gangsta-ass dude, and then by the end of it, they transferred him over to what they basically mocked in there was Muslim, was Islam, you know, because the guy was talking to the guy who basically mimicked Farrakhan. And he switched over to all this shit in that movie. So it's just so funny how this guy's entire life is a script. And I know you, knowing of the, you know, I can sense that you grew up on some hip-hop. DMX has been like this his entire life. His whole life is like a fucking script. It's like he's in movie mode, actor mode, musician mode, prayer mode, all the time. You know what I mean? It's like it's never an act. It's just organically him. So it's like, bro, do they find these people that just fit this script, or do they fit this script and make these people and typecast them? Or I don't know how this shit works, man, but it is unbelievable. And I thank you, man, because every time I'm having a conversation, I just tried to have a conversation with my sister earlier today. And let me say this. I hope I'm not talking too long.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm only laughing because the last caller said that about 10 times in the 30 minutes that he spoke.
Well, and when I talk to him privately, what's hilarious about Marcus is when I talk to him privately, he'll say goodbye about 50 times before he finally says goodbye. His goodbye takes about 1 hour. That's about how long it takes for Marcus. So, Marcus, I love you, man, but I'm a guy who doesn't have a lot of time, and I know when I pick up the phone with Marcus, I'm going to be on the phone for at least 2 hours, and an hour that's going to be you saying goodbye, man. I don't have that kind of time every day, my man. So
Zach, sadly, that's a black guy, black person thing. Because I was just watching a joke video about that, about like how black people will be like, "Yeah, okay, girl, I'll see you later," and then they say another thing before they drive off and shit. It's so funny that I wonder if he's a truck driver, because truck drivers they just love to talk. And on top of that, being a down south guy, people in the south, because they're not around too many people. I don't know exactly where he's at. But when I go visit my family in the South, these people love to talk because they don't talk much.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, it kind of all makes sense. It's somewhere in there. My best friend's a truck driver. He don't shut up. I'm wondering if that guy's a truck driver or not.
I'm not
But
sure.
yeah, I only called in to make that comment, though, about the DMX thing and how he died, went brain dead on the same day, of course, that they say Jesus died in the same week that Jesus resurrected and all that.
That's why it's so
DMX is
obvious,
gone.
man. It's so obvious that it's another, and they're always doing these Jesus rituals with rappers, but I mean, DMX makes even more sense because, yeah, he's always been biblical from the beginning, and everything you said is totally true. And I wonder the same things. It's like, do they choose DMX for this because that's who he is and he's perfect, or is he like, is it an act? I mean, I don't know. I never met DMX, so I don't know, but he always felt authentic. Like a lot of people feel fake. I never really got that vibe with DMX. But then again, some people are more. So. But
it
yeah.
feels absolutely organic with DMX, only because I've never even heard him speak another way. He speaks like he raps.
Yeah. He got a lot of passion.
He's amazing.
He's got passion.
Yeah, a lot of passion, man. He's even amazing at like that poetry thing because he can just go full 160 miles into it and then slow himself right back down and just humble himself and come right back down to earth. It's like, it's the most talented I've ever seen anybody do it. Which is one more thing I got to say on your behalf. All the people who want to complain about Zach and if he might curse here or there and upset here or there and all that, man, that's fucking bullshit. You can't have one without the other. You can't have a guy who's working this hard, dedicating his life to delivering this message, and think that the passion is not going to come out of him on the very thing that he's dedicated his life to, when literally your brain has to be at a level that's so fast, so deep, so far gone beyond everybody else's. And I'm not trying to put you above anybody else's, but I'm saying you're doing the work. You're doing the work. Anytime you're reading and doing this work, man, it's going to bring your consciousness up. So thank you, bro, for even having the patience to deal with the rest of us, because obviously a lot of us are just trying to catch up to you, man, and I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you calling your support, and I wish more people had your perspective. Because, yeah, exactly, that's right. It's just a lot of people, a lot of people don't do the important rule in life, and that's to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And a lot of people haven't even had that thought that you just expressed. Like, they don't realize. Like, have you ever thought about what it's like to work for over 7 years straight, every single day, getting out a message to wake up people, and how frustrating it is to keep getting censored, and hardly anyone wakes up? I mean, most of them aren't even comprehending that. I bet you there's not a single person listening right now who's ever worked over 7 years straight every single day, which is something I can say with a straight face because it's a fact. And, just people don't put themselves in other people's shoes, and they have all these opinions and judgments, and people need to put all that away because that's all just nothing. So, but I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we see people like that all the time when you're out in the corner, man, because those guys who are yelling and screaming and giving you the finger, the guy who broke that other guy's window, it's because they're in corporate America living under this Jesuit law that they love and believe in, and they don't want it to turn out to be a lie. It's their entire life. My mom, my family, they just don't want this whole Jesus thing to be a lie because it's what they're living. They're living this damn book, you know?
Right. Indeed.
But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for letting us in. Have a good one, bro.
You too, man. Thank you. Take care. From there to Hawaii. What's up, Hawaii?
Hey, Zach. Thanks for having me on. I just had a quick question about the Masters, and DMX can probably follow into this, but that's why I was calling. I had a question about a player, Webb Simpson. So the Masters is in Augusta, and we've had those fall shootings in Atlanta. Well, I've been hearing everybody say Gary Player's a tribute to the tournament, and Gary Player was a golfer who was 5'6", and I think Georgia and Gary Player, and it made me think, okay, who's a player from Georgia or Atlanta? And Atlanta is a huge rap city like DMX, and I thought of Spud Webb, and he's 5'6", and Webb Simpson has a very similar name. He finished tied in second yesterday, and he's on the early part of the round. But I just didn't know if you saw anything.
Well, what I documented about Webb Simpson, and he's born in '85 because it's the 85th Masters, and the tournament began 122 days before his birthday, and he Somnum Salvatore equals 85 forwards, 122 in reverse, since it's the 85th Masters. So I wasn't surprised that he was up there because I was watching for the guys with the Somnum Salvatore connections and the 85 connections and the 22 connections, the Master Builder, and that pretty much made out the guys who are up at the top after day one. So we'll see what it looks like after day two.
Okay, he's from North Carolina. I think he documented a death of, I think, an NFL player, and I think it was North Carolina, something like Rock Hill. But he's got 5 kids, I know that much, Webb Simpson. But I just thought I'd run that by you and see what you thought, and just get a quick, if you thought that might be a tie with that Gary Player. And
we're going to talk about it more tonight on Patreon, so join us, man. That's what we do on Patreon. I'm going to switch over. All right, what's up, United Kingdom?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on. What's going on?
Oh, what's up, Zach? I just wanted to say thank you, man, because I started researching your shit about a year ago, since the pandemic started. Lord Jesus Christ, fuck my life. You're doing amazing work, man. I never knew any of this shit, and then once I started researching all this shit, bruh, it's a madness. It's honestly madness. And then hearing about, what's his name? Prince Philip. Sorry about my language as well. I'm just excited I'm speaking to you. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, man. I see all these fucking Nazi YouTubers deplatforming your website and everything. It's just mad. But keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're opening up me. You're helping me speak to friends who are seeing this shit as well. So thank you, man. You're a G. You're a big G. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for following all the way over in the UK. I'm glad the word's getting out. So thank you.
Nice one, man. Have a good one. Take it easy,
all right,
bro.
Yeah, take care. By the way, I think earlier when I was covering Prince Philip's death at age 99 on the 99th day of the year, and I was saying how he died 113 days after the Pope's birthday, the first Jesuit, and again, Pope Francis, the 266th Pope, and he's died on the 266th day of the year. I gotta go back and make a point about Princess Diana, but we got another call first. 304?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
I just wanted to drop in and say 2 things about Moderna.
Okay.
First off, just wanted to thank you for that Moderna hit last year. Got in early. Unfortunately, I sold at 100, but hey, I still made some money. And then 2, just wanted your opinion, your thoughts, your statements on this statement. And that's lots of people's been getting vaccinated. I know I'm 304, but I live in Lower Alabama. And some of the older people I've told the Moderna, I'm like, they don't really have a history of much. And they're like, they don't? And I'm like, well, you might want to fact check it. I said, but I'm pretty sure this is like the first vaccine they've ever put out. They've never put out like whooping cough or...
yeah, Moderna's never made a vaccine before. This is their first vaccine.
And yeah, just they're like, what? And they just can't believe it. And I'm like, come on, man. Y'all don't know what's going in you?
They don't. They're just trusting authority. So that's the problem. Way too many people trusting authority. Way too obedient to authority. They don't even know who the authority really is.
But yeah, I just wanted to give you a shout out for that last summer because I hadn't even heard about it till you talked about it with Bill Gates. And I said, wait a minute. The money's in the numbers.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, congratulations, man. Appreciate the call. And again, just for the person who called in earlier and said, we predict anything for the coronavirus, man, we called everything. We called what day the last case would be in the U.S., why it would be West Virginia. I mean, a million things. Why the Moderna stock would blow up on May 7th. A whole bunch of stuff, because it's all just been ritual by the numbers. But again, Prince Philip has died 113 days after Pope Francis's birthday, the 266th Pope on the day, leaving 266 days left in the year. 113 days after his birthday. Again, Princess Diana died in Paris, France, where the Jesuits are from, and her death was a big 113 ritual. The name of the tunnel she died in equaled 113, and Princess is 113, and she was going through the divorce 113. And here we are talking about DMX dead on the 113th day of the year. Again, just a number of deception. A lot of deaths in the history of celebrity have been connected to this number, which comes from the Talmud, which has to do with dishonesty. And again, I think everything from Princess Diana's cause of death to DMX's today, it's all a lie. You know, DMX dead on his 113th day of his age from an overdose. So it's all related. I think we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker, because I need to get out and run some errands. We'll take one last call. I think Biloxi, is that Mississippi? I think that's Mississippi. All right, Mississippi, you're the last caller today. What's going on?
All right, pretty good. I just want to tell you, I've been following you since Kobe's death, and I just want to say, man, you've connected a shit ton of dots for me. It's like it makes so much sense. Like I've always just watched the news and the headlines and what went on with mainstream media. Like after coming across you, like man, like you really just like connected the dots and opened my eyes. And I try to share it with my wife and my family members and friends. And like most of them, like they're intrigued by it, but most of them haven't just deep dove into it. I have, but like I'm always trying to spread the word of you and putting people on and let you know, hey, look this guy up. Just wanted to call you and let you know that I really appreciate it, and I'm out here trying to spread the word with you. And it's amazing that you came across this and you really took the step to actually, you know, take the time to put this out here for people, and just appreciate it, man, and hope the best for you.
Well, you're very welcome, and I appreciate you found the work, and I appreciate your call today too. You have a great day, friend.
You too.
All right, take care. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the phone there because I'll end up being here all day and I got a lot of stuff to do. And I will be out on the corner because I'm doing that every day for at least 100 days straight. And I started on March 10th, and today is April 9th. So we're almost a month into the experiment, but I said I'm going to go 100 days straight and see what happens after 100 days. How many people can I get to come stand with me? You know, we met Meg weeks ago. She's been out there almost every day. She said she's down for the 100 days. But again, we're out on the corner with the megaphone in the small town that is Yakima, Washington, at the busiest intersection in town, and just trying to see how many people can we get to think about things, question things, wake up to what's really going on. And you know, I mean, I'm not surprised by the results so far. We've definitely talked to a lot of cool people and had a lot of conversations and met people that we would have never met otherwise, but still, it's been very few and far between for people who've showed any curiosity or come up and asked any questions. And, you know, tens of thousands of people probably driven by us on the corner now at this point. And, you know, there have been multiple that have come and stood with us, but Meg's been the most dedicated. So Meg is one out of several thousands of people. You know, she's a rare gem. But again, that's the point of the social experiment, to see what time it is. Are we beyond the point of communicating? Are people just, you know, just totally checked out? And a lot of us know that that is how most people are. And I've realized that ever since 9/11, man. I knew on the day of 9/11, I knew what time it was. It was an obvious lie. Everyone I tried to talk about it was too shell-shocked and unwilling. And, oh, they would never do that to us. Never do that to us, man. You must have a different perception of government than I do, man. The way I see governments, they've been forcing me to be in a classroom learning all this BS my whole life, taking up my whole life. And again, you know, my parents are grinding, paying taxes all the time. I got a different perception of government than you. I don't feel like it's my mommy or my daddy. I feel like it's a thing exploiting me, controlling me, telling me what to believe and think about everything. And that is exactly what it is. And I don't know how more people don't see that. So, again, a lot of people under mind control. Don't forget, that's what the word government means. Government. Govern, control. Ment comes from mental. Control the mental, control the mind. And by the way, for people who are new here, something that I say all the time that's on the first page of both my books is that this whole thing of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism. And in Kabbalah's Book of Formation, on the first page, it says God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. That's why they do this. And if you got here late, take the red thing and scroll back to the left and just watch the opening part of the video. Again, I just played the clip of DMX. It's his voice that starts Belly, about how he sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap. And also, maybe his first song, I'm not sure what song came first, 4321, which we talked about, which had a lot to do with the news of him into the vegetative state on 4/321. Or was it 24 Hours to Live on Mace's album, which is Bad Boy Records? Because that song came out in 97, 24 years before 2021. And again, he closes out the song. Well, he says a lot in his whole thing, but he closes it out. His last verses, he wanted to live forever, but that wasn't fame. He said, you'll remember his name too. He's going out with a bang. I don't know if he technically went out with a bang, but you will remember his name. And he knew his time was short because he sold his soul to the devil and the price was cheap. He says that on his first album too. He doesn't just say that in Belly. He says it. I think the name of the song is called "Let Me Fly." I'm pretty sure the chorus is like "Let Me Fly" or "Give Me Death," something like that. So, yeah, it's too bad, man. It's too bad. And it's crazy the way time flies. It feels like man, all you young people, I'm going to remind you again, enjoy your life, make use of your life. Don't just let your days pass by because, I'm approaching 40 right now, and that felt impossible to me when I was younger. But when DMX was coming out and stuff, 97, 98, I was 14, 15 years old. Seems like it was yesterday. I used to have DMX on the headphones, folding up newspapers, delivering newspapers, listen to all kinds of music. But I definitely knew who DMX was. So, anyway, R.I.P., man, and I'll investigate this Swiss Beats thing. I mean, this does not look like a coincidence. Dead 157 days before Swiss Beats' birthday. Swiss Beats 157, 49. He's dead on 4/9. DMX dead at 50 on his 113th day of his age. I mean, that does not look like a coincidence. And their music careers were definitely connected. So I was just scrolling through headlines that said there was a DMX album produced by Swiss Beats. I'm going to have to go back and figure out which one that was. I'm sure it's all synced up. Sadly, that's how it is. These people, when they die, you see that when they die by the numbers that were connected to their entertainment careers. Kobe. My first book, which was out before Kobe died, I talked all about Kobe and 41 and his career. Ends up dying at 41. On the 157th day of the year. Remember, that's why I don't understand how people can think this stuff's a coincidence. You see how Kobe Bryant's 113, 41, 157, 58? Remember, dead at 41 on his 157th day of his age. The All-Star game was right after that, and they dedicated it to Kobe, and they said the first team to score 157 points would win. Again, if you guys haven't read my new book, there's a huge chapter on here on Kobe's death. You'll be amazed at how much there was to the ritual of Kobe's death. But the month before Kobe's death, 44 days before his death, he was in the news on his 113th day of his age for helping out with a car crash. Then he ends up dying in a crash 44 days later and kills 44. But then 58, that's the King James number. The real King James died at age 58. Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, 58. He was a member of the Freemasons and Rosicrucians. Remember, LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant in points scored the day before his death in Kobe's hometown, Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is a biblical name, and all this stuff's biblical. Kobe was traveling to Catholic Mass. Now we're talking about DMX, dead in this clearly Jesus crucifixion type of ritual. His first album came out on the day that was right with the Catholic Church. Again, the Catholic Church gave us the language, the calendar, which is all synced up with the life of Jesus. So, and you'll find that too. You try to explain things to people and they'll say things back to you like, I'm not religious. I don't care about the Bible. And I'll always say back, well, I'm not religious either, man. And the point is, I'm telling you that there's this knowledge in the Bible that's being used to fulfill the rituals that take place in our life every day that makes up the big news. And again, Hermeticism says most people will never see. They don't want to see. They don't have the right mind to see. So again, it's just like you go and listen to DMX. He says that he's living with a gift and a curse. And So are all of us who are awake. We're living with a gift and a curse, man. It's not easy being awake because you get so much ridicule for pointing out the truth. People really hate the truth. Again, and that's another reminder. The name of the movie with the infamous line from the 90s, "You can't handle the truth," that movie was called A Few Good Men, and that's because there's not that many good people. There just aren't. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I will be on Twitch TV before long, pounding pavement on the corner, so... And Meg and I might do a field trip to Costco today. She got inspired by my video showing how to shop at Costco or not Costco, but that other big box retailer I can't stand. How to shop like a boss in the age of the pandemic and remind people that you are a human being and you have rights and you have to be told what to do. But she wants to go do the same thing at Costco and she wants to go with me. And Costco is a lot worse than that other store. So that might be an entertaining live stream, but that might happen as soon as today. If not today, it'll happen in the near future. So again, we're trying to inspire people to go out and get the word out and not be afraid of what other people say. And sometimes you got to make a scene to even wake people up. Every time I go in Costco, I make a big scene, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I feel like everybody needs to see the scene that I'm making and think about what I'm saying. And for anyone who's on the other side, well, I'm not worried about that. They're on the wrong side. I'm not worried about people on the wrong side. A lot of people are on the wrong side. They're on the side of ignorance. They're down with the tyrants. They're down with the psychopaths and killers. You know, the psychopaths and killers, they like these people who are ignorant and don't ask questions and just obey their tyranny. And just because that's the masses doesn't mean you want to be one of them. So, anyway, we'll leave it there, you guys. Actually, hold on. I said something earlier before I got a phone call that I was going to tell one more story. Again, there's an organic side to this code, you guys. This is all facts, too. When I was a kid, every time... I shouldn't say kid because that means baby goat. When I was a child and I was in school and I had to write my name on the top right corner of the piece of paper, I didn't write Zachary Hubbard, which is my real name. I wrote the short name, Zach Hubbard, and most people call me Zach. But you see how it's 94 and 49? That's wild because my dad's birthday is April 18th. From his birthday to my birthday, July 21st, is 94 days later. In his birth numerology, he was born April 18th, 53. 4 plus 18 plus 19 plus 53 is 94. So he ends up, I'm his only child too, he doesn't have any other children. So he ends up having his only son be born 94 days after his birthday, and his birth numerology is 94. My life lesson number for my birthday, July 21st, 1983, is 49, and my birthday is 49 days before my mom's birthday, which is September 8th. You see? And again, there's just all sorts of synchronicities like that. And it's not just true for me. I mean, you start looking into your life and the numbers, you'll see there's connections, and you start to realize that it must be like, you know, it's like, this must be how people got into numerology and realized there was something to numbers. So, again, the belief is that God made the world with numbers, letters, and words and Kabbalah. Perhaps there's something to that. And so many people, they're just about their one religion. Only their religious teachings matter. But to me, it's like, really, you should study the other spiritualities and see, okay, does that resonate with you? Are you seeing evidence that that's true in your life? Because essentially, I think what all the spiritualities are is like, if there was God's truth and it was like all on a sheet of glass, if somebody broke that sheet of glass and the pieces went all over, you know, those pieces are now the religions of the world. They're all separated, but they're all part of the one truth. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. So I think people got to stop fighting over everything. Oh, my religion's the best one. Mine's the only one that's true one. So many Christians are good people, but then they'll say things. They're like, well, ultimately, if you don't believe in Jesus, then you're of the devil. It's like, okay, so you're saying that if somebody is almost the same as you, but doesn't have the exact same beliefs as you, then technically they're of evil? I mean, that doesn't seem right to me. So anyway, you know, all people got good and bad qualities. And DMX was essentially telling you that he did an evil thing. He sold his soul. But in a way, you go back and you listen to his music. I mean, was he telling you to be like him? Not really. He was kind of saying, like, this is what I did because I wanted to be famous. But now I know that I'm living, you know, on borrowed time. And, you know, it could be any day. You know, what was his thing? I'm thankful for today, praying for tomorrow. But, you know, and also, I guess to his credit, he made it to 50. A lot of these rappers, you know, they make the deal and they live like another year, months, a couple of years. So he made it to 50. And that seems like a pretty long life, sadly, for most of these rappers. But it's still definitely premature. All right, we're going to leave it there, though, Truth Seeker. Appreciate all of you. And